guys, Creative Squad, and yeah, all welcome back. Today in this tutorial, I will be showing you A to Z how to make use of your Pixellab. And then when you go to your Play Store, you just search Pixellab, just something like this, Pixellab. So when you search for it, you get it, but it usually in color blue, right? But for this, the one I'm using is a Pro, so it's a mode one, so you can get that from any of the mode website. So I want you guys to understand that this and the unmodded one are still the same, just that the difference in color and then logo, this logo there. And then for the one you get in Play Store, it does not have this logo, this kind of logo. It has a logo of P. Alright, so that for that. And then so let's talk about the interface here. The interface here, as you can see, we have the plus button here. The plus button allows us to add more to our design. That's it, just to add more to our design. So as you can see, we have the text, current date, sticker, shape, then add something from your gallery, and then maybe you want to draw something, you draw. Alright, so that's for that. And then let's take, for example, you want to add a text. I will advise you to use this. These are just are not the main tools to use, but for example, this. So when you tap on this, as you can see, it just display this new text and then quote, right? So let's add a text here. So as you can see, it pop up this, and then we are going to edit it by tapping on the edit tool. You delete, as you can see, you can delete, and then you can make it capital letter and small letters, and then cancel, then OK, right? So let's just say creative. Let's say creative, for example. Alright, so and then you can delete, as you can see, you can delete, then make a duplicate of it by copying, right? By copying, and then let's just move it. And then here, it's when maybe you have something at the front or at the back, then you use it to bring it to the front, or at the back to the back. And then this one here is for positioning. That is, you want to position your text, then you do something like this. As you can see, just you move. You can adjust by here, using here as in the speed you want it to be moving with, right? So you just tap on the check here, and then here is for relative position. That is, maybe you want it to be in the middle, in a specific place. Let's take, for example, you want it to be in middle, you tap on this, then this, right? It's at the middle. And then if you want it to be at the right, you tap on this, left, that, and up, all of sorts. That's how you use it. Alright, let's just position to the middle. Alright, so that's for that. And then here for this, for padding, right? That is, you want some space here, and then a kind of a little space here and here, and just use it like this, something like this, right? So just this is not frequently used. And then here is for color, right? So the color here, you can select any color of your choice, black, white, green, any color. And then again, you can use in this color, you can use the color and then the gradient. Let's go back to the color. Alright, so the color and the gradient, right? So for the gradient, as you can see here, as gradient color you can use, right? And then you can also add some gradient color. That is, you just change the color, pick any color. Okay, let's just say okay. Alright, so as you can see, it changed. And then likewise for the color, you can also change other color, and then okay, as you can see, it also changes. So that's for that. Then we just tap on the check. So here's for texture. That is, when you want a specific picture to be the color of the text, right? So you just select from your gallery, and then it takes you to your gallery. Right, something like this. So you just select this, and then select, right? It will now take the color of that background we pick, right? So it will just pop up this. You just select any whatsoever you want, right? So as you can see, it's taking the color of that what do you call it, the background we use. You can scale it. It's at 100%, so we prefer it to be 100%. So you just check, and then is the next thing, the opacity. You can reduce the opacity, that is how bright you can see your text, all of that, and then check. And then the next thing is rotation. You can rotate whatsoever you want, alright. So, and then I'm not going to talk about this maxing. Just use usually to cut, in and out. As you can see, in and out is changing, alright. That's for that. You don't want to do that. And then for font, there are many fonts here. Actually here I have a lot of font in the pro, and then but for the normal one, you want to really have all of this font, you'll need to install some, and all of that. So that's just it for the font. And then the style, you want it to be bold, italic, and then underlined, right? You understand. So and then you can undo by tapping this, and then it undo, right? So you just check, and then you can curve your text, curve it whatsoever you want, right? And that's for that. And then align to the middle, to the left, to the right. This is not showing because we only have a word there and not a sentence, right? So just check. And then for the word spacing, you can increase the word spacing, and then word and letter spacing, understand? And then line spacing is whenever you have something below this or above it, then you spacing it, alright. And then for the stroke, you can give it a stroke. You can give your text a stroke, increase the stroke, reduce, and give it the color. Actually it's just straightforward. Just give it a color. And then also you can give it a shadow and also change the color. And I'm doing that now. And then that's for the outer shadow, and then here is the inner shadow also. You can also do that, alright. And then for the emboss, alright. So as you can see, it's usually used for maybe, as you can see, it's while we are circulating the what do you call it, the light angle, right? Okay, so that's for that. And then for the perspective is used whenever you want to, as you can see, how it's changing, right? So that's for that. And then for the 3D rotation, 3D rotation, and then the 3D text, you want it to be a 3D, then you do it. Then you want a shadow, some shadow like this, dark shadow, you can edit the shadow to whatsoever you want. And then the last one is the reflection. You use it in reflection. Yeah, quite alright. So that's all for the text here. And then the next thing here is shape. That's usually used for editing shape and pictures. Anything consists of shape and picture, we use this tool here, and then we use everything here in doing that. So as you can see, here are some sticker on the Pixellab you can add, and then you can import from your gallery. I think you can all do that. So I'm just gonna go back, and then I'm just gonna, here is for the drawing. Whenever you want to draw something, you want to draw something, you can change the color, quite alright. You can change the color, and then the pen size, and then the smoothness of the pen. And then you may feel like to fill side, and dash line, maybe dash line, line with dash. I just increase the pen size, and then dash, and then you can give it a neon effect which make it bright or something like that, and then the blurriness, you can also do that. So that's for depth, yeah. So and then you can add a shape, any shape of your choice. So there's a circle, and then you edit the circle by opacity, and then give it a color. Select a color here, and then reduce the opacity of the, oh no, that's for the stroke. You give it the stroke, you can reduce the opacity of the stroke, things like that. And then blah blah blah. So you can also blur the stroke, as you can see here. Okay, that's for that. And then the next thing here is for the bezier tool. This is usually used in maybe drawing irregular shape and things like that. This is usually, you need another study for it. So, and then let's just edit and see. I'm sorry, just need to. Alright, so as you can see, I tap on this and I can move it anywhere I want. Sorry for that. And then you can use this in controlling whatsoever you want. You control, things like that. It's very simple. You just need to play with it to be much more perfect and that, right? So, and that's for that. And then you can add arrow size. Here is the arrow size here. You can increase the size, change the size, things like that. The front and the back. Sorry, right, the front and the back, things like that. You can just play with that, and also change the color and give it a stroke. Opacity, color, add the stroke color, and so things like that, right? And this I'm trying not to make any design here because not to get you guys confused and things like that. So the last place here that says here is used for maybe if you wanna just say edit your background. You want to edit the background here, your interface wherever you design on. So you want to edit it, so you just change the color. You can give it a color, any color of your choice. The background, you change the color of the background. Let's just give it white, and then you can also use a gradient. As you can see here, you can use gradient. So you just select any gradient of your choice. Yeah, quite alright. And then you can also add. I guess I've shown you that how to add your color, things like that. So that's for the background. And then you can also give it a transparent background, that is a PNG background. Maybe you created something and then you give it a PNG background, right? So you can do that, and let's give it a color. All right. So, and then for your image size, image size is very important because we use this for the normal and the default size, that is 1280 and 1280. That's the default size. So you can also change it by tapping on the costume to just select any social media size, right? So as you can see, you have the YouTube profile, square, costume, YouTube thumbnail, Facebook cover, Google. So you can just select, let's just select for the thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail, and then as you can see, the ratio here changes to 16:9. You just tap OK, and then the size decreases. It turns to YouTube size, YouTube thumbnail size, right? So that's for the size. And then you can crop. This is usually used when you add an image as your background, right? So we can crop right now. So, and then you can select image from the PixelLab. Here are some image here. Yours might not have this because yours isn't the pro, so you can just select any one of it. All right, that's for that. Then you can select from your gallery. I guess I've shown you that also. And then you can select from your camera, right? That for this. All right, and the very last thing here is this. All right, when you tap on this, then you is using the editing the background, right? So you can rotate this background, rotate, rotate to the extent you want, and then the magnitude, you can just give it a magnitude and then increase, decrease, and you can also change the color of this, can increase. So that's for that. And then noisy, usually we don't usually use this background editing. Most time we just very few, right? So this for the noisy. And the strip, you want it to have a strip, increase the boldness of the strip, as in the darkness, yeah. And then the repetition, you want it to repeat multiple times, and things like that. It's as simple as that. And then the brightness, you can increase the brightness, decrease, increase, decrease, and that's for that. And then the construct also, it's very simple as that. And the saturation, you increase saturation and decrease saturation, right? So that for that. So what I haven't explained here is, maybe let's jump over here. Right, so if you jump over here, as you can see, you have something like this called project. Yours might not have that because you haven't saved any project. So here are projects, some of the projects I'm working on, things like that. I can just decide to change the background and then select any project of my choice. Right, that's for that. And then what I think here is that when you want to save, when you're done editing and doing all of that, then you save. You can save as a project. When you save as a project too, yours can now have this and save as a project, right? So that's for that. And then you can save as image. When you save as image, as you can see here, you have a JPN, that is, it has a background, right? And when you save as transparent background, it's show PNG, right? So and then you can select the quality you want. Yeah, the quality, you can select the default, custom, low, medium, high, very high, and ultra, right? So that for that. So and then the next thing here is to share. You can use it in sharing. And then this very icon here is used for undoing. Maybe you did something and then you want to undo, right? Just undo, 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 it's all of the process you have done. And then here is used for zooming. Maybe you want to zoom more your work, you want to zoom, you want to zoom, and then so you just tap on it. So and then here is for the stripping. When you want to strip and then arrange your design in an accordingly manner, so you use this and doing that. So as you can see, you can now edit this strip, that is the strip and rules. So you can just edit it and then select. And then you can also give it another dimension, horizontal and vertical guide. So you can just 5 and then 5, right? Right. So as you can see, we have multiple of them now, right? So it's as simple as that. And then here it shows our working space. That is what we have on the design, on the background, right? So as you can see, we only have creative, so that's why we are only seeing creative here. We only have creative, and here that's why we are seeing it here alone. So had it been we added something, we should have also seen it, right? So that's for that. And then here are just numbers of codes, right? As you can see, numbers of codes you can just add to your design. Maybe you are emotional speaker or success, all of this. It's as simple as that. Sorry. And then here is just more like when you want to exit, about, open PLP file, recover, autosave, remove add tutorials. Well, most of this I will advise you not to care much about this for now, because they are not that much important, right? So that's it for that. So here we are done having A to Z, that is everything you should know as a beginner in Pixel on a smartphone designer. And then I guess with this you can use them in designing whatsoever you want to design. So alright, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and then hit on the notification bell to be noted when I drop other videos. So thank you all for watching.